So, what's happening in the housing market for May 2023? Well, the weird thing is, because our office primarily services Guelph and the surrounding area, and we are actually in a seller's market for different price ranges. So, one of my messages to you is if you have a house that's under 850 or 900,000 and you want to sell it, now is a really great time to sell it because we're in a seller's market for this particular price range. And the main reason for that is we still have strong demand from that cohort of first time home buyers and mover uppers, which I call, who are under the age of 40 years old, and they're the millennial generation. And the listings are significantly down. So I was just talking to a realtor in Guelph, and she had told me that normally we have about 400 to 450 listings. We have half of those listings in our community. And I think the reason is if people are selling their house, where do they go? Right? So this whole idea around the housing crisis that sort of crept up during the pandemic, which was related to this idea of supply and demand, high demand, low supply, continues to rear its ugly head. And we've seen a slight decrease in fixed rate mortgages. So 6 months ago, on a traditional 5 year fixed rate mortgage, we were looking at interest rates between 5.5% and 6%. Now, like if you're doing a straight renewal or a switching from your bank to sort of a wholesale bank or our office, on a 5 year fixed rate mortgage, you'd be looking at somewhere in the area of 4.59. And then for shorter terms, the interest rates are slightly higher, which is kind of weird. Um, so that's a message that I'm sharing with you today. But if you are lucky that if you are moving up, so let's just say you're selling a house for 850,000 and you kind of want to move up to the next category, and you're buying something for over 1 million, now's your lucky day because those houses that are over 1 million, just because of affordability and there's a fewer, smaller market for those houses, they are sometimes sitting on the market depending on, their location and how nicely they are decorated because that's people want to buy a $1 million or more house that's in move-in condition. They don't want to have to repair it or update it and stuff like that. So, a little bit about what's happening with interest rates. I kind of alluded to the fact that right now, if your mortgage is coming up for renewal, you are in luck because we're in a sort of a low point with fixed rate mortgages. Um, the Federal Reserve last week increased its overnight lending rate, which impacts their floating rate mortgages. And there's some grumbling right now that the Bank of Canada may increase its interest rate one more time before we start seeing some softening with the prime lending rate and the overnight lending rate. What we have been seeing in our office is a lot of people who have a mortgage and a secured line of credit with RBC or Scotia or even TD and aren't writing off the interest on that secured line of credit. The interest rate on that now is over 7%. So many people who are renewing their mortgage or looking at possibly a refinance are pulling the mortgage into the line of credit. And there's some really great rates that we have right now on those kinds of mortgage transactions. That's it for me today. We love helping people. If you have a friend or a family member that's looking for good advice and can't get a hold of their current mortgage broker or their bank, please send them our way because we'd love to help them. Just on a last note, I don't usually talk about mortgage products, but something I wanted to draw your attention to is we have been doing quite a few Manulife One mortgages, and it's a specialized instrument or financial tool for people who have decent credit, are looking at paying off their mortgage quicker, and don't have a lot of outside debt outside of their mortgage. And it's a specialized product because it's a family operating line of credit. So if one of your friends has a Manulife One and they told you, oh my gosh, I paid my mortgage off in half the time, um, we are actually seeing that with some of our clients. So just thought I'd leave that and plant that seed with you. If you are in that category where you've got good income, want to look at something different to accelerate the payment on your mortgage, or just have more flexibility on accessing the equity in your homes or your home, that Manulife product might be for you. And I'm happy to go through a particular scenario with you. So have a great day. We love helping people. Thank you to everyone who has um, done a mortgage through our office. We certainly appreciate your business and your trust. Take care.